Malawi is sometimes referred to as the warm heart of Africa. A landlocked country bordering 4 other African nations, Malawi has a rich history and long-standing ties to historical figures like Dr. David Livingstone. It could also be said to be the heart of Chinese Buddhism in Africa. This is where the first campus of Amitofo Care Centre, a Buddhist orphanage founded by Venerable Hui Li in 2004, was built and operates to this day. Here is where we begin a journey to learn about the lives that have been transformed by this orphanage-turned-multinational non-profit with centres all across the African continent. In this video, we'll be talking to a range of ACC alumni that have forged their own unique paths and how this Buddhist institution in the warm heart of Africa has shaped their lives. These are the journeys of ACC Malawi's children. These are the gates of Amitofo Care Centre Malawi, where it all started, Venerable Hui Li's very first orphanage. It looks a little bit like a fortress, but to some degree maybe that's the point. It's very clearly a refuge, a sanctuary, a shelter, very clearly meant to delineate this world from the outside world. This is the world where the orphans living here have their lives treasured, where they have their prospects valued. This is where they can live a much different life to the one outside, where they come from very disadvantaged backgrounds. The campus is even quieter than usual because it's the summer holidays and most of the kids have returned to their home villages. This is a time I can talk to 2 graduates of ACC who have come to volunteer their help for the campus's daily activities. The kids are quite busy, so I have to be quick to catch 2 of the alumni that have come here to help with the temple's daily work. Their names are Edward Mulowa and Broden Bakiri. To continue helping with the centre's everyday operations is common among the young men and women that have left the orphanage.
Friendship is always there, but most of the time because we are all grown up, everybody want to chase money, earn money and support their families.
Yes.
So we go a separate way, but always communicating on the phone, asking how everybody's doing. But everybody goes a different way, but we still connect.
Even with most of the kids on holiday and off campus, those that remain are busy with daily tasks. Among these very busy people are surrogate mothers like Lucy Black, who when on campus, treat the children like their own. It's their job. I sat down with her after she was done with her busy day and the kids had enjoyed their usual vegetarian dinner to ask her about the unique role she and her colleagues play on this campus.
I'm working here as a care mother, taking care of the children, giving them psychosocial support. We act as their real mothers because some of them are the orphans, the vulnerables. So we act as their mothers. When the child is sick, we take care of him or her, taking him to the hospital, even outside ACC hospitals, so that they can get healed. If the child is admitted in the hospital, we are there to take care of them until he or she is released from the hospital. It's good for us to work with ACC because ACC is mode of care without boundaries. even us as mothers, we are getting support from ACC. Some of us, we are widows, single mothers. Some of them are married, but ACC take care of all of us together.
So it's a big family.
It's a big family.
Yeah. When you began working here, what did you think of the children? How did you first start as a caregiver to make a connection with the kids?
First of all, you have to greet them so that you should know their problems. If you greet the kid, how are you? She say, I'm sick or whatever, somebody beats me. You take him or her and comfort him or her so that she can be comforted with you, to feel happy that I had a mother behind. I feel that I'm here because of these children. So I don't have time to segregate them. I just take them as if they are my own. Yeah. When somebody wants me to carry him or her on my back, I just do it, so that the child can feel great that I've been loved by a mother.
Tell me about some of your other duties in ACC. So you help to care for the children. You become a mother to them. You also mentioned to me earlier that you help to cook sometimes.
Yeah.
What other duties do you have?
I help with vegetable chopping at the kitchen and clean the vegetables, chop them for the cooks to cook very easy. If we see that tomorrow we are going to have like beans, so you take the beans, you should get rid of the stones, whatever found in that beans, so that the cooks tomorrow, they have to cook it very well.
ACC was founded in 2004 because Venerable Hui Li was appalled by the high numbers of children made orphans by Malawi's AIDS epidemic. There is an ongoing orphan crisis in the country, and for almost 2 decades, Venerable Hui Li's bodhisattva instincts have led him to establish a network of orphanages across Africa that bless orphans with another chance at life. It's difficult to overestimate the importance of an education for these children from extremely challenged backgrounds, which includes schooling in the Putonghua Chinese, Chinese martial arts, English, and much more. I'm visiting 2 ACC alumni here in Ndembe village. This is a relatively old village. It's been around since the Portuguese presence in Malawi. This is where our 2 alumni were born. Their names are Aru and Ajer, and they are 2 fine young men who were born in very challenging circumstances, but were accepted into ACC and have since graduated and gone on to build flourishing careers and lives of their own. We also have a special guest, who is the adoptive grandmother of Aru. When Aru's parents were no longer around, she took him in and raised him before sending him to ACC. And we will be speaking to her and reflecting upon her feelings about her adoptive son, who is the first in his village to graduate from university.
To me, food. That's the basic need that I was missing when I was here at the village. Education.
Education is important.
That's very, very another direction that if I was here, I don't believe I'll be able to even graduate my primary school. Don't say about high school whatsoever. And then also I have a chance to go to Taiwan, do my university studies, which is wow.
Is extraordinary, isn't it?
Extraordinary indeed. And then, of course, I'm not boasting whatsoever, but I can say the whole village, I might be the first person. Right now, actually, I am a martial arts teacher. Indeed, this thing, martial arts, for me, really, it's something special. The first time I was doing it,
Yeah.
of course, we do know martial arts is very hard to learn.
Yes.
You have to do some stretchings,
Yeah.
the physical whatsoever. It's very, very hard.
Yes.
And to other people, to other kids, they cannot take it.
Yes.
But myself, to me, it was very easy to do it. And I kept practicing up to when I go to Taiwan,
Yeah.
did my university, and I was doing also the studies I was doing also, it was martial arts, sports, martial arts.
And would you say that it gave you self-confidence and...
Wow. That's it. Martial arts, it gives you this kind of like unreal confidence.
Yeah.
And something very, very natural confidence.
Yeah.
Walking,
Yeah.
meeting with people,
Yeah.
interacting with people.
Yeah.
Very, very confidence.
Yeah.
I also took time to speak with Awu's friend, Arja, or Paul Nudovi, who is now in the corporate world working with a Chinese company.
Do you find yourself enjoying your current studies in foreign languages?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because it's like after I graduated, when I came back here in Malawi, as right now I'm working in Chinese Joint Engineering Corporation.
Right.
So I'm working as a business manager. Sometimes I do a lot concerning the language.
Yeah.
Because it's like a Chinese company. So there's a lot of stuff I need to translate in Chichewa, in English. Yeah.
As you said, you are the business manager of the company here now. Do you think that the skills you learned at ACC and what other your other peers are learning is a good foundation for career development?
Absolutely, 100%. Like we can take like behaviors in ACC. It's like we learn how to speak with elders. We learn how to using a manner languages. Yeah, and we learn how to keep time. We learn a lot in ACC. So right now it's like when I'm working with other people, even sometimes I use all those basics to teach them how to do other things, how to work with people. Yeah, so I think it's really helpful a lot.
We also have the good fortune to meet Awu's adoptive grandmother. When his parents were no longer around, it was she who took him in and raised him as her own grandson. And it was she who made the fateful decision to send him to ACC. So we will be visiting her and speaking with her, talking to her about how she feels about her grandson now that he has graduated ACC and is the very first young man in this village to have gone to not just university, but a foreign university in Taipei. This village has been around for a very long time.
Very, very long time, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your adoptive grandmother.
She's about 80 something.
80 something.
Yes,
But
yes.
no one knows for certain.
Of course,
Only she
herself,
knows.
she knows, yeah. I lost my mother,
Yeah.
my biological mother, when I was very, very young. Maybe not even a year. Yeah. And then after that, of course, my father also was not around. So people were, even the aunties, the uncles, were not taking care of me.
Yeah.
It was the time she took me in. People here in the village, sometimes the kid is not related to me or whatsoever. They don't take any care. So she's trying to say to them, take care of them. She's trying to say, example, it's me. I was also, of course, my background, I was also like them, the little kids. People were, some of them, some of the relatives, they weren't taking care, but she sees that and then she said, no, I have to take care of me. Yes. Actually, indeed, what she's saying is true. Actually, she is not my really grandma. She's more grandma to me. She has taken any responsibility. So this is what she's trying to say to the villagers. Like, every child whatsoever, please guys, take care of them. People, you don't know what people can become when they grow up. So what we can do is help. Helping is love. Love can do anything everywhere.
We took a long bus ride to Broden Bakili's home village, speaking to his adoptive mother and grandfather about the value of an education. As they say, it takes a village to raise a child, and it takes an intergenerational effort to change the culture around schooling.
She advised the children in the village to keep on working hard and keep on going to school. Because at first, most of them didn't know the goodness of school. That's because now I went to a college, and after this I can be working and providing for the families here. So they see the goodness of school. So we're advising them to keep on working hard and going to school. The problem was like, at first, most of them were not exposed to the reality of going to school and achieving the goals and having the work and providing for the family. And she's trying to mean like they were lacking a role model for them to look up to. It's like, if I keep on going to school, I'll be like him, I'll be like them. So all of this, so like most of them here were school dropouts, so they kept that like a usual activity. Like, if I drop out of school, I'll do this. But now, because I've reached college and studied the medicine, now they feel like they can do it too. He's saying that it's the parents' responsibility to be pushing the kids to go to school. Like, most of the time when the kids, they are not going to school, most of the time they are spending their time at their home. So it's the parents' responsibility to be pushing the kids to go to school. Even sometimes giving them little punishment for them just to benefit is for their own future. So it's the parents' responsibility to every day to wake up and wake the kids and prepare them to school.
The director of ACC Malawi, Mr. Yong Ga-hung, emphasizes regular communication and close cooperation with students and alumni. Today, he is speaking with alumni who are going to become teachers and tasked with guiding younger students at the orphanage. These are promising and talented individuals who have been equipped by the orphanage to forge their own path. They can only do so when they have demonstrated to ACC that they have attained the appropriate qualifications and means to strike out on their own. ACC will support them in these endeavors. One of these people is Priska Paul, who has brought her adoptive mother along to the campus.
So I was taken by this organization 2010. Yes, in that time my mother and father, they were dead. So I was raised by her. She's my grandmother. And I really love her because she's kind. Each and every time when I go to holiday, she used to take care of me. So I'm glad of her, and I'm thanking God for having her in my life. I can say that my dreams is to be well educated and have a chance to help her, like the way she helped me since when I was young.
Thank you so much for your time, for coming all the way here in the evening to speak with us about your time at ACC.
Okay.
First, could we perhaps get your name and what you currently do?
Okay, my name is Lucy Tigita, and Chinese name called Wan Xiang.
Wan Xiang.
Yeah, Function de Xiang. Yeah, and currently I'm working at Lilongwe City as translator, that is Chinese translator, because my professional is Chinese language teacher.
Yes.
So that's, if I have time, I go to teach Chinese language. Other children, others, I can teach them. Most of them which are from SCC up there, they know how to translate, but how to teach, they don't know.
They don't.
Because if you want to teach, you must know how to read, how to write, and how to speak. So you must know these three.
Yeah.
If you don't, you cannot teach. How can you teach someone to write even you don't know how to write it?
Yes. Yes.
So you must know the things. For this year, there are a lot of people who graduate. Although they graduate, they don't have work. They just graduate there and nothing to do.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And for us being from SCC, we are lucky because we know how to speak Chinese. So it's easy for us to find a work.
Yeah.
That is Chinese translator. It's easy.
Yes. Yes.
Because if you don't know how to speak Chinese, it's hard to find that position.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of people who graduate who have master's degree or PhD. They don't have a lot of people who can do it in Malawi. So for me, I can say I'm the lucky one because I know how to speak Chinese. Because the main important thing which I see in me, because I'm good at maybe Chinese language, so I can have a good position for me to work. And the salary is also so good for me. Yes. Which I can afford myself everyday basis. Yeah. I can afford on myself.
Yeah. And it also gives you many more options when it comes to Chinese companies, right? You can go anywhere.
It can go anywhere because if I say, here maybe salary is not good, I can go for some place to maybe for which have the good condition.
It takes me a long time for me to improve my Chinese. So as right now, my Chinese, of course, it is bad. Yeah, I can speak Chinese a lot. Yeah, because as I reach secondary, I used to improve myself at this in Chinese speaking. Yeah, and if I have a problem, I used to ask my friends, what is this? And if they tell me, I used to keep it in my mindset. So yeah, I just learn from there. So I used to ask a question, and if they answered, I used to keep it in my
My family and the relatives and some friends, they are so happy upon seeing me going to university because it was something which was never expected from me. And even my family was never expected to have someone who has ability to do this thing. And it is a wonderful thing. And my family and friends are proud of me. And they are curious and optimistic to see my destination being something which could benefit everyone.
My family and my friends, upon seeing me at the university, they are very happy. And when I meet them, they feel being encouraged that especially my friends, they feel being encouraged to work hard, so that maybe they may find the chance of going to university there.
It's another day, and it's time for us to say goodbye to ACC. But life goes on here, and it's difficult to appreciate fully just how transformative the children's time here at the orphanage will be. Perhaps even they don't fully know, at least not until they're ready to strike out on their own.
I've spent a few delightful and all too short days with the orphans here at ACC Malawi. The hope, compassion, and love reflected in their eyes is genuine and true. As I was reflecting on my last day here, I thought of the place that this center was founded on. Blantyre. Blantyre is actually named after the birthplace of Dr. David Livingstone, the great Scots explorer who mapped much of Africa and who was a critical role in the Christian missionizing process of Africa. In some ways, Venerable Hui Li is doing the same thing, coming to Africa out of a sense of love for the continent and a fierce compassion for its people. Now, the two men were of very different faiths. Dr. Livingstone was of the Scottish Church, whereas Venerable Hui Li is of the Chinese Buddhist tradition. And furthermore, Venerable Hui Li has no interest in missionizing the people here. Rather than for Africans to become Buddhist, he wants Buddhism to become African. And this is the critical difference between Venerable Hui Li and even a great man like David Livingstone. And I think it's because of this new spirit of approach to the people of Africa that Venerable Hui Li's project will be even more sustainable and even more grand in the years to come.